It began in Fire the Clash of Two Worlds, in 499 BCE, the vast Persian Empire, stretching from the Indus River to the shores of Egypt, set its sights westward, its target? The small, often bickering Greek city-states. What happened next wasn't just a war, it was a battle that would forever define the meaning of freedom itself. The initial spark ignited when the Ionian Greeks, living under Persian rule, decided they'd had enough. They revolted, and the city of Athens sent ships to aid them. This act of defiance infuriated the Persian king, Darius I, who swore to have his revenge. To him, Greece was just a rebellious province that needed to be taught a lesson, but to the Greeks, Persia represented the very essence of tyranny. In 490 BCE, the first Persian invasion force landed at a bay called Marathon. The odds were stacked impossibly against the citizen soldiers of Athens, yet, with unwavering resolve, they charged the invaders head-on. When the dust finally settled on that fateful day, the mighty Persian army was in retreat. A messenger, Defied, then ran an incredible 26 miles to Athens, gasping with his last breath, "Rejoice, we have won!" But Persia's ambition was far from extinguished. 10 years later, Darius' son, King Xerxes, returned to finish what his father had started. He led an army of such staggering size, some say over 1 million men, that it was unlike anything the ancient world had ever witnessed. This immense force marched with a single, brutal purpose: to completely erase Greece from the map. Their path was blocked at a narrow mountain pass called Thermopylae. There, the Spartan king, Leonidas, and his legendary 300 warriors made their stand. They knew they couldn't win, but they could buy precious time for the rest of Greece to unite. They fought to the last man, and their sacrifice echoed through eternity, becoming a timeless symbol of courage against overwhelming odds. Soon after, the decisive moment came at sea. The cunning Greek fleet lured the colossal Persian navy into the narrow straits of Salamis. In those tight waters, the larger Persian ships couldn't maneuver, and the nimble Athenian triremes rammed them relentlessly, sinking ship after ship. The tide had turned. The seemingly invincible empire was broken by free men fighting for their gods, their homes, and their way of life. The final blow came in 479 BCE. At the Battle of Plataea, the last of Persia's great army was crushed on Greek soil. Greece stood victorious. The long wars finally concluded in 449 BCE. With Persia formally recognizing the independence of the Greek cities, the Greco-Persian Wars were more than just a series of epic battles. They were a profound struggle of ideas: empire versus liberty, blind obedience versus individual courage. From the ashes of this conflict rose the spectacular Golden Age of Athens, a period that gave birth to the philosophy, democracy, and art that continue to shape and define our world today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey back in time, please hit that like button, subscribe, and join us for our next historical deep dive. We'll see you then.